Welcome to Box to Box Football. And yeah, guys, I was just chilling in my bed, sleeping, relaxing, had a long day today. And then out of nowhere, the biggest news, personally, in football history just dropped. Lionel Messi sent a fax to Barcelona stating his desire to leave the football club. There was rumors about there was a contract that Barcelona had with Lionel Messi that if he declared that he wanted to leave by, I heard it was May, but now it said it was June 10th, that he would be allowed to leave the club for free. Barcelona board have now decided to have a meeting. But at this moment of time, it seems like it could happen. Lionel Messi actually could be leaving Barcelona. And I don't know where we go from here. But Jack, do you want to start this off? Tell me, what do you think about Lionel Messi's decision to leave?
Well, first of all, in football, and I think you two would agree with me here, there's nothing I love more than uncharted waters, right? There's nothing I love more than something that we haven't really seen. This will go down as the biggest transfer of all time, regardless really of where it's to. But I think, depending on where it's to, it could really blow any football story potentially ever out of the water. Quick breakdown from me, and just from a couple things that I've read and some of the people who I read up on and listen to and more trust than anything else. Realistically speaking, there are two football teams in Europe's top 5 leagues who can afford to pay Lionel Messi the kind of wages that he is on. And that's the two clubs in Manchester. I won't detail the reasons why teams like Juventus and PSG can't, but those would be the two options. His other options then would be to leave Europe's top 5 leagues. So he would find himself in China, USA, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, whatever, where there are very generous tax breaks and no kind of wage caps where they can limit how much he earns. So to me, there's actually a very small grouping of clubs that he can move to, which I think is more than anything the most interesting thing in the world. But that list becomes even smaller, potentially even just 2 teams, depending on where his head's at for where he wants to play his football. Because I think the three of us would agree, you go to the States, you go to China, you go to the Middle East, you've given up on your top level football career. You're kind of easing into retirement. What we want, and I think you guys would agree, what we want from Lionel Messi is to be playing Champions League football, challenging for Premier Leagues, Serie A's, Bundesliga, Liga titles. We don't want him trying to get the Qatari Super League or whatever the hell it's called.
Timmy, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Messi's head and where he's at on his decision to leave Barcelona.
So what happened last season, at the beginning of last season, so when he was adamant that they'll do everything in their power to try and win the Champions League again. And he had stayed because Bartomeu had administered like a winning project back at Barcelona, that he can create this team with certain players from the youth team and a manager who's trusting that they can have a winning project over a number of years to win the Champions League. And then fast forward to the end of the season and then halfway through the next season, with them losing to Liverpool and then to already being sacked. It's like this thing's not going anywhere. Then Setien's appointed and it's struggling to really get results. And the Barcelona game wasn't the first time he criticised the performance anyway. He's already criticised prior because apparently there were disagreements between him and Setien about the team's form of football. But he said, you can't play this well and win the Champions League. We're not good enough. And he said it there, like boldly. He said, if we don't change, we're not going to win the Champions League. And he said that. I said, rightly so. There was also the things around with the open thing with Abida, about him attacking the players, saying that they didn't work hard enough, and then Valverde was sacked because of that. And he's saying, like, if you're going to say players don't work hard enough, who in particular are you going to talk about? Name names. That whole thing was settled, disclosed. Then the moves on to the next kind of thing when after lockdown anyway, and they go back to the Champions League, and he's looking around and saying the team just needs to work hard to match the intensity of the teams they're going to play. Now, post the Bayern game, I'm looking at this guy and thinking like, oh, he should leave the club. And the real reason why he stayed at Barcelona this whole time was because he wants to be part of a winning project. And he felt that's not the case, because how can you have a winning project if you're the only player that's actually contributing, excluding Ter Stegen or such, to this winning idea?
Yeah.
And it's not feasible. So I personally think that he wants to play top level football because he wants to be part of a winning project. And you can't do that if you're the only person involved.
Now, my thing is this. There's Messi's side of it, but there's also the club side of it, and Barcelona. Do you think Barcelona is actually going to fight and get him to stay for his final year of his contract?
You got audacity. You got the audacity to do that. You must have some real audacity to a player that caliber and to not respect his wishes to leave the club. I don't think he's been there for about 20 years or something. In the youth level up to the first team, he's contributed to 4 Champions Leagues and 10 league titles. It's like, and how can you ask that?
You mentioned the difference between Barcelona and Real Madrid trophy haul since Messi was there. Could you mention that?
So prior Messi's arriving at Barcelona had 62 major honours, and Real Madrid has 72. And at the current state in time, Barcelona have 95 and Real Madrid have 92. Messi has won 33 major honours at Barcelona.
You know, I like me hearing that Barcelona would even fight to keep him at the football club. Maybe for me, if Messi made up his mind that he wants to leave, for everything he's done there, I don't even think Barcelona should have the audacity to ask for a price. This guy is to them, and for what he has done, he should be allowed to go free by the club's wishes. But Jack, do you have anything to add to that?
I think the exciting thing is, and you know, Timmy has a more intimate knowledge of Barcelona and Messi's career than I'd say James, you and I do. It sounds to me like this is going to be a winning project, Europe's top 5 leagues thing. Now, that says to me as a Premier League, you know, I love the Premier League. That's where Messi's coming. And I think the interesting thing that I find is a lot of people I see going, he can't go to the Premier League, he'll just get kicked. It's too physical. Messi's been kicked his whole career, especially in Messi's prime years. The only way to stop him was to yank him down or hack at his legs. Messi's not going to have a problem playing in the Premier League not because of his own fault. He spends a lot of time on the ground because of people fouling him. So for me, I think the excitement is, this would just be my take, because I think the finances play a very key part in this deal. It's not just where does he fancy going. He wants to earn his money as well. To me, it's either of the Manchester clubs. And I just think it's going to be very, very interesting.
You know what, Jack? It's interesting you mentioned excitement. I think there is excitement. Oh, yeah, we could see Messi in a different league. But there's also a lot of sadness about it. Like Lionel Messi, a relationship like Barcelona and Lionel Messi ending like this. No one ever seen this coming. We thought when Messi was going to leave, he was going to finish his career there. Final game, we have every single player that he's played with surrounding the football club, a massive statue there. This looks like it could end really, really ugly, and to me, it's sad to hear.
Timmy, is there any way back? A fax has been sent, a meeting's being had. Is there any way over the next couple of days, week, whatever, that we'll have a statement from Messi, a statement from the team, and he'll do one more year and then he'll go? Is there any way back?
Yeah, the thing is that he is very adamant, like he's very against this current board. Now, Bartomeu has announced that elections he's brought them forward from next summer and it's going to happen in March. That's 6 months away. And I think he's thinking like, I still don't want to have that. Now, the key thing is that the very board who have made this mess are the ones who are going to try and reconcile the situation. But if it doesn't, on 2 fronts, it's going to be like, Bartomeu and his board of members, they were the board who actually got rid of Barcelona's best ever player. That's not going to go down in Catalonia very well.
Nope.
There's no chance that I don't think they have what it takes to reconcile. Something has to change drastically to change the decision, because the Bayern game was about a week ago, or a week now, and it's like he knows himself. And I think the signs were coming throughout the year, him saying that it's not good enough, we're not playing well enough. He's calling out the board members, calling out directors. You're not doing a job, and this is where it's gone to, I'm leaving. And the same people you're calling out, are you going to believe their lies again? I don't see why he's going to... As I say, me personally, if I was Messi's boy, I'd say just leave.
Yeah, yeah.
You say just leave.
Just a quick, because Jack has mentioned it. Where could Lionel Messi go? Now, I don't think money is that much of an issue when it comes to Messi's salary. I think Messi's made enough money as it is. I don't feel like he would go to a football club and demand, I want this such and so amount of wages. He's made so much money at Barcelona already. The question is that I genuinely do believe that Messi wants to go and win. But
yeah,
I don't know where his head is at. Could he go back to Argentina? Could he go to MLS? Jack mentioned Dubai. I don't think Messi should have. If Messi has an ambition like that at this stage, again, great to him. But this is meant to be the greatest of all time. Show us that you're the greatest of all time.
I think it's the reason why he's leaving as well, which is what we're looking for his next club. He's not leaving because something's gone on. He's leaving because this is a poor winning project and it's only me who's really contributing to it. So he's a winner. And if you watch Cesc was speaking, I think it's Ferdinand, saying how competitive he was in training when they were kids playing the academy. He wants to win, and this team's played not good enough anymore.
All I'd say is, right, with somebody like Messi, even half of what he earns at Barcelona, and this is irrelevant of any cheeky little backdoor under the table bonuses that he's getting. Obviously, you know, football players have been known to do much worse. Regardless of how much he earns, even half of what he earns is devastating to a wage bill of any team that already pays other players hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. So that's why I agree with you. I don't think he's going to not go to Man City over 50k. I think he'll take a pay cut, a reasonable pay cut. Yeah. But I'll still think that he's going to go, I'm Lionel Messi. It's a short career. He's made a lot of money, but it's still a short career. And he's going to want to do whatever he wants to do. So for me, I think the short list is very short in terms of teams that are going to be able to meet all of his needs for what he's looking for.
Okay. He currently gets, Football Leaks released it about a few months ago. So saying that he roughly gets £988,000 a week.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, like, even half that, less than half that is devastating to a wage bill. So all I'm saying is, and I guess, James, hopefully I'm not stealing your thunder here a little bit. You guys think I'm crazy. That's fine. I've been told that before. I think Lionel Messi moves to Al Sadd and is playing under his old mate Xavi, and he gets to earn a nice chunk of money. He can look after his family and kind of take a little time out of the European spotlight. And that would be my prediction of where he goes. I think that a Man City or Man United transfer, to me, I'd be so amazed.
Well, Jack, you just stole my thunder there. I was literally just going to ask, guys, where does he go next? You've already said it. Alcon, Saad, whatever. Timmy, where does Lionel Messi end up?
I would think either he says, I'm finishing football and goes to Newell's Old Boys, or he goes to Manchester City. Because they do want to as well, by the way.
My thing is this, is that if Messi goes to Newell's Old Boys, no one's going to begrudge him. But it would almost, to me, look like you're giving up on football at the age of 33, with all this talent still left to give the world. I think it would be a really, really poor decision. I see Lionel Messi signing for Manchester City. Why? For the reason of Man City have the money. Pep Guardiola is also there. Man City are desperate to win the Champions League. Messi also wants to win the Champions League. It's all there for him. The way Man City play, Lionel Messi will be a Manchester City player. The Premier League is done. There's no point of competing anymore. If Messi comes to the Premier League, it's done.
Also, quickly, financial fair play doesn't apply to City. So
exactly. Well, they weren't guilty, but they end up paying financial. I think UEFA £8 million, but they weren't guilty. That's fine. But yeah, guys, Lionel Messi apparently is on his way out of Barcelona. I don't believe it. They don't believe it, but it is what it is. Comments down below. The transfer in football history might happen. Let us know. Box Football. We'll see you next time.